Morning everyone and welcome back to Morning Markets from True Potential. We'll kick things off by looking at stock market performance yesterday and overnight. UK FTSE 100 was down 0.8% and the FTSE 250 was also down 1.1%. In the US, we also saw some market weakness. The S&P 500 was down 1.7% and the Nasdaq was down just over 2%. In Europe, we saw weaker markets as well, down 1.6%, and overnight Japan followed suit, down 2.2%. We saw weaker returns from across the board from global equities. UK equities did hold up better than most, but still fell in a broad sell-off on the growing concerns regarding the large Chinese property developer Evergrande. A story that has been in the background since last year, but has come into more focus recently with the company seeing big interest payments coming due on their debt. China has been grabbing the headlines for a number of weeks as they've been ramping up their policy of common prosperity, which really aims in reducing inequality amongst their citizens. So we've seen them target property, gambling, gaming and technology in recent months. Whilst Evergrande's scenario is important, we've seen the market respond. We must recognise that market volatility has been exceptionally low in recent months, while equity markets have reached all-time highs recently. A pickup in volatility is no bad thing. It really does throw up new opportunities for active managers. Outside of China, there was other news dampening sentiment. Firstly, some concerns over whether the fiscal debt ceiling in the US would be raised, which would limit how much the government may be allowed to borrow. But something we've seen in the past, and we're not really anticipating this being a big issue. Furthermore, reports continue to highlight the divisions between the moderates and progressives over the size and scope of the US fiscal stimulus package, which was originally targeted at $3.5 trillion US. We saw bond yields produce positive gains. We saw in the UK the 10-year government bond yield come in 6 basis points, so that's a positive return. And similarly in the US, the 10-year government bond yield coming in 6 basis points. Like government bonds, other safe haven assets tend to do well when equity markets have a weaker day. So a real benefit of having a diversified portfolio. So we saw gold, precious metal up 0.7%. We saw some strength in the oil market as well, up 0.5%. Currencies, over the last 24 hours, no real movement, but we did see some US dollar strength at some points yesterday. But the pound trading against the dollar at 1.37 and the pound trading against the euro at 1.17. On the economic data front, it was a fairly quiet day. We had US housing data where builder confidence posted a surprise increase, gaining after 3 months of weakening sentiment. We've seen a pickup in current sales, while future sales expectations over the next 6 months held steady. Looking at the report, it really highlighted optimism around some of the input cost pressures that we've seen with lower lumber prices, although the sector continues to face building material supply chain issues and some labour shortages. The report also said the demand has been holding up and activity is now at a more stable level. Today it's very quiet on the economic data front. We'll get more US housing data with building permits and monthly housing start numbers. Remember, a strong housing market is viewed as a real positive. It's good for economic activity and it boosts the wealth effect, where rising house prices make owners feel wealthier, therefore more inclined to go out and consume, which is good for economic activity. However, it'll be all about the Federal Reserve monetary policy meeting tomorrow, where we're expecting a more formal timescale of when the Fed will start scaling back the level of monthly asset purchases. On Thursday, we'll hear from the Bank of England on the direction of travel for interest rates. Governor Bailey said that the MPC was split on whether it should raise interest rates in August amid the acceleration in inflation. That's all for today. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Subscribing to the True Potential YouTube channel is quick and easy. Simply go to the channel on your desktop or through the YouTube app on your phone and click the subscribe button. You can then press the notification bell symbol if you wish to be notified as and when new videos are released. Doing this is a great way to keep yourself updated with market developments and personal finance insights. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed, and we look forward to continuing to help you do more with your money.